veterans left in the contest meeting head-to-head. Adriano de Souza up against Bede Durbidge in this one. Bede, his comeback story has been remarkable. I think maybe a little overshadowed by what Owen Wright has been through in recent times, but an amazing accomplishment to get back to his best and start challenging again. But Adriano getting the first wave during the break.
Well, little different conditions than we've seen most of the morning. The wind now coming onshore, so you're going to see the ripples on the face. It's going to be a different style and approach. You know, you may see there's these little crinkles on the face as you see that inside section. That's not going to change. That's still going to be super hard to make. You got to get those turns done early. Look at Bede. Whoa. I mean, believe me, when he, you know, injured his pelvis, right? That's the region. It's a lot of your core strengths coming out of that zone. You need to have strength there, and that was almost a career-ending disability. It really is. And to have him come back as strong as he has and even post excellent scores is truly amazing.
And the second heat, Michelle Perez, Connor Coffin, and John Florence. Right now, Adriano de Souza are up. You can see that wind taking effect now on this lineup. So these surfers might just have to rethink their approach. Adriano winds through a nice roundhouse cutback.
So hard.
But gets swatted by that whitewater.
It is so hard. I mean, you saw Sebastian Zietz in the last heat was able to skirt underneath. Got to get low to your board, but that doesn't even guarantee really graduate to the championship tour at a really early age. Watching the replay here of his last wave, you know, this was one of the first waves of the set, so he had to negotiate a lot more bump, especially in that flatter section. Can't really lay that rail down, but watch here, he knows that he's got to get this done, but once he connects there, he wasn't able to. You see a lot of the surfers will actually, like Slater did earlier this morning, where they'll float and actually drive over that section, because if you were to turn back down, obviously you saw what happened there.
Just enjoyed that world champion title, maybe a little bit too much, but he's found the fire again this year. Looks strong on the Gold Coast and has a good looking wall right now to dig into. This is his third wave, and it's going to be his best. If he can hold on just here, does very well there. You see these competitors getting low. And, well, that's just a celebration that he got out in front of that whitewater.
Right, didn't necessarily have that same amount of passion. Take a look at this wave here. He caught it towards the channel side. You know who was deeper with priority was Bede Durbidge. But positioning going to Adriano de Souza, and he's picked up a pretty solid wave outside of priority. Again, that's that technique. You got to stay super low. He made the mistake in the previous heat, or in the previous wave. This time he wasn't going to do it. He is going to get super low. Look at it, squats down on his board. Sometimes he can even grab your rail. He didn't on that occasion, but yep.
Just loving that big committed turn on the end section there. Let's see what Bede Durbidge can do in reply. Off the bottom. First section kind of flattened out on him a little bit, but he's not done with it just yet. And he goes all out on that end section and does well to hang on. I kind of thought he got knocked off there for a second.
That's exactly what I thought. It's hard to control myself when I just see stuff going down, and just all of a sudden I'm yelling. But that looked like he was gone, and sure enough, there he is. Let's take a look at it again. You know, it is a significantly smaller, so not going to be already rated as high and as difficult. You know, that carve there was kind of sweet in the middle, though. And then there, the finish disappears, somehow can hang on. He was lucky because that convection was actually pushing on his outside rail, and he was already kind of heading that direction. See again here, a little closer angle, just lip line, compresses, and then right here, he gets on the toe edge, and you can see the whitewater, actually the board's already angled there, so it kind of pushed against his feet. Looked like he was gone right there, but that's that low center of gravity, knowing full well you got to get low to the board. Little flair for dramatics there. Judges are going to like it. I think this is a great answer back. Was really nice. It was attacking that section, and the fact that he showed up at the end of it just kind of was a bit of a surprise. And anytime you can kind of surprise those judges, they'll reward you for it. This is the replay of that last wave. You know, again, Adriano. That was a nice, strong move, but you know, the score being at an 8-5, you know, you look at the comparisons, I feel like these two waves were very similar. Bede came in a little under. Nice arc here. I like this second turn just because it's a little something different. He really whipped it back into the foam and then attacked the final. So he had that extra maneuver, was excited, pulled it off. So very similar rides. Judges felt the same.
On too, so it's got some magic guru stuff going on with it. So I put it on ice all year and I busted it back out and did the job again.
Well, congrats on getting the job done, keeping the dream alive. Seabass making it through. Congrats.
Thanks, Adam.
Magic guru stuff going on with that board. You should stick to it because a 10-point ride on it, an event win, and a clutch performance at the end of that clash. Adriano de Souza is firing right up here against Bede Durbidge. Such a close battle. Bede with a nice section here, just hanging onto that turn for maybe a little bit too long, but 9.5 minutes to go. He's getting pretty dinged up there on the inside. Let's look at the exchange once again on the replay.
So again, he's one of those surfers that can hold that bottom turn for a really long time. Great timing through the top sections of the wave. That was a beautiful arc. And the final move, of course, that's that free fall. Holds on through the whitewater section, and of course he's going to show the judges again that passion as he loves the feel of that connection. And right here you unweight and just drift and fall with the lip. Okay, so that's that kind of dramatic kind of air drop. As long as you're centered over the board, it's not super difficult to do. It's more difficult holding on through that whitewater. But Bede did well to answer back right after this wave. And I like how Bede, he surfs more off the tail of his board. You know, his legs are closer together. You know, he didn't quite have that connection with the lip, so I don't think this is going to go quite. Think about the 8.43.
Here we go. De Souza up once again. Trying to better an 8.5. Strong first turn, very committed. Almost sprung out of it. A solid combination once again from De Souza. And making the comparison to his earlier rides, that should be another decent score. As Durbidge goes on the attack now. A committed first turn, but just hit a lump off the bottom. It's world title year, and now he will meet Jordy Smith and Sebastian Zietz in Heat 3 of round 4.
A very passionate Adriano de Souza is a very dangerous Adriano de Souza. We took notice of it. I actually threw him on my fantasy team as a little pick that it probably doesn't have a huge percentage of people having him on his team, and it's paying off right now.
Well, that was Adriano and Bede's 7th head-to-head heat, and Bede has only beaten Adriano once